What's up, Tater Talks Nation? Got something that might interest you. An ad read from Instacart. Groceries delivered in as little as 1 hour. You've probably heard of apps such as DoorDash, Grubhub, or even Postmates. You may not have heard about Instacart, but Instacart will deliver your groceries right to your front door, or your apartment door if you're like me. Instacart allows you to shop from your favorite stores within your area from the comfort of your own couch. It isn't even just limited to stores like Target or Walmart. You could have your local store that's just down the street on there. They even have stores like Petco or stores like Staples for your at-home office during the pandemic. Using my link in the description below will get you free delivery on your first order of $35 or more, and will also help directly support the podcast. You may be asking yourself, well, how well does it work? Well, I'm here to tell you that we stress test Instacart. And instead of making a Sunday morning grocery list, we just ordered right through the app. Our whole week's worth of groceries were delivered by lunch, and we got nothing but fresh produce, meat, and even our eggs were safe too. They even had an option for contactless delivery if you prefer that method. Once again, using my link through Instacart will grant you free delivery on your first order of $35 or more, and once again will help directly support this podcast. Instacart. Never set foot in a grocery store again. Now settle in. The show's about to start. Hello and welcome into Tater Talks, the podcast where Tater talks gaming, content creation, sports, pop culture, current events, and whatever the hell we want. I'm your host Devin, but most of you know me as Taterboy09. For those of you who don't know this side of me, I'm a variety content creator who streams 4 days a week right here on Twitch, posts videos to YouTube including highlight videos, and of course, this podcast. Making sure I got all my dials set straight. Sorry, there's a lot going on in the background here. Tonight's guest is the next professional PubG player. He's a mod for the streamer Ashik, and he has the best beard on Twitch. Don't at me. Please welcome in my Midwest brother from another mother, Wilkie.
Hello,
buddy, how are you
everyone.
doing today?
Good, good. How is it going over there?
Everything's going swell over here, except for the fact that I've been growing out my beard for about 3 weeks now in preparation for this podcast, and I'm disappointed in myself.
Well, man, I'm just going to tell you right now. It takes time and persistence. You have to stare at yourself in the mirror. You have to talk to it. You have to groom it. Okay? There is no just it grows overnight. You have to take care of it.
This is the ultimate sacrifice, I guess. You know, you just got to spend hours and hours upon, getting a pretty beard.
Yes, exactly.
Bro, I'm just trying to keep hair on my head. Let me tell you, the things are going crazy.
Let me tell you, man, my hairline is going back further and further every time I get it cut. So it's a real struggle out here. Like I can grow a beard on my face like it's nothing, but on my head, no, it's going back. That's
still at least a redeeming quality, right? Because you could still be a bald guy with a good beard and still look decent, right?
Dude, you don't even understand. Like, I've heard so many conversations about bald guys and how much, like, how people are attracted to them. Nothing against bald guys whatsoever. Like, I think it's dope. But you'd never heard about that before.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, it's a thing. Like,
I don't know. Maybe it just comes with age, I don't know.
And that could be, too, I mean,
it just becomes more attractive then.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm getting close to the age of 30, so...
Yeah, why you guys say those numbers, man?
Oh, tell me about it.
Right, like
It's rough.
Right, like that prime age of, not really that old, but we're starting to feel being old and stuff like that. It's a mess. It's terrible.
Bro, I'm 29 going on 70, so...
Yeah.
I have an 8:30 bedtime. On Friday nights, it's rare that I go out.
Well, to be fair, there's probably not much to do in Iowa, right?
You would be surprised. Bars are popping.
Yeah.
Other than that, no. There is nothing to do.
True.
Bonfires.
There's a funny quote unquote rivalry with Wilkie and I about There's a big, well, just in general, I should say, with people living in Nebraska versus people living in Iowa, it's just kind of a bump heads type of situation. So Wilkie lives in Iowa. It's fun to give each other shit about it, you know.
Oh, especially when it comes to the Hawkeyes and whatever they call your guys' football team.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be the only thing we've been united on, Iowa and Nebraska, within the last 15 years, 10 years, however long we've been a rivalry that they, you know, forced upon us, by the way, was the fact that we wanted to play football this year. That was the only time we've ever had
I know.
Like, hey, let's be united as one and try and actually, you know, get the Big Ten to let us play. That is the one thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. So maybe we're not a good combo.
I'm pretty sure they were the only two teams in the Big Ten that voted for playing this year. So
yeah, they just had another vote like within the last few days. It went 11-3, but it's like who it doesn't matter who the third was. It doesn't really matter.
No.
You know? Majority rules, and 11 of 14 is majority. So
yep.
Oh well. But yeah, it's a fun little rivalry. What was really fun was that we were able to hang out IRL not too long ago.
Yes, we were. Got to go golfing.
Yeah.
Have a few drinks together. It was a good time.
Just a few, because some of us only wanted to have 2 beers on a golf course. You know?
Hey now. Okay. I didn't know where I was at. I was in foreign land.
Also, we were golfing at a golf course, which was in the middle of a cornfield. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, welcome to the Midwest.
Right. Yeah. Imagine. There's like 3 different golf courses in that particular town that we were golfing in, and that one's literally called like Country Drive or something like that. So you definitely know that it was it like across the street was literally another side of a cornfield. So that's how you knew you were in Nebraska or any sort of like super Midwest town.
You know, when it comes to golf courses by cornfields, I almost feel bad for the farmers. Because when they go to combine that all in the fall, can you imagine how many golf balls that they collect? Like, if they refurbish those, right, man, they would make some money.
To be fair, that's how I buy all of my golf balls. So, like, you can go on to Amazon, and there are, like, the top, like, you know, people who golf, like, 4 times a week, right? They'll take their... They'll take like 50 Callaway balls or something like that. They'll hit them once and then they'll never touch them again. And then they'll resell them on Amazon for 50 of them for like $20. And those are like $20 per 5 of them. That's the only way I've ever bought golf balls. So if those people can do it and a farmer really wanted to take the time to do it, they definitely could get it.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't understand with being a golfer. Even when I was golfing more regularly, like if I kept a ball my entire round, I was satisfied. But now for some people to be out here hitting a ball for 1 round, going to a new ball the next round, like y'all got too much money.
Right. Yeah. Those are the hardcore ones right there.
Yeah. Go ahead. Send me some golf balls. Like I promise they will get put to use for more than 1 round.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe not, because they might get lost.
Use balls, Keck W.
Keck W.
Let's give a shout out to everybody here in the Twitch chat on here at twitch.tv/TaterBoy09. That's where we record these podcasts live every Tuesday night. We're finally back into regular Tuesday night streams. We have a weird one coming up in a few weeks, but we'll get to that. That's a special announcement, one we'll talk about. You have died of dysentery, which I believe that is your brother?
He is one of my mods, actually.
Oh, one of your mods. Gotcha.
He is my very faithful mod.
Gotcha. The super special mod. So, you know, basically he's kind of like your brother, you know.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we have the same first name.
Oh, well. Hey,
so we're both Jakes.
Fellow Jakes.
Yep.
True. Well, welcome in. It's good to see you here. I was actually just in Wilkie's chat before he started streaming and saw dysentery hanging out in there, so appreciate that. Knees dude, welcome in. Zayner's mom, as always, good to see you guys. Iowa's Nebraska with Slipknot. That's fair. That's a point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's about the only thing we got is we can say we have Slipknot. So
yeah, what was funny is when they were here, which was Neesdu will have to help me remember. I think that was November is when they were here. They started out, they played a lot of songs off their album called Iowa, and they just assumed that maybe Nebraska likes Iowa because it was close. Maybe they didn't understand. I have no idea, but it was funny because Blake Mazrin.
Yep.
Shout out Mazrin, by the way. Marzan, yes. he was like, I don't know why he was so butthurt about it, right? But he's like, if they play anything off Iowa, I'm just gonna leave. And I'm like, dude, relax. It wasn't because it was Iowa or anything like that, you know, talking smack on that. It was just because he doesn't like the album. And I was like, well, that's kind of a good album. So they literally started the concert with People Equal Shit, which is the first song off of Iowa. So we had a great time.
Well,
and it was August last year.
I bet he was real happy.
Yeah. We were already just plastered drunk by that time. We had started drinking at like noon. So by the time 10 o'clock Slipknot went on, I don't think we even made it through the rest of the full show, you know.
Well, I mean, there's a saying that I've always been told is you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's right. My grandma actually told me that. That was the first time I ever heard that was gonna drink all day, you better start in the morning. So yeah.
Well, your grandma sounds like someone I would want to hang out with. So
she's a partier. She's a partier, yeah. Next time you find your way down, we'll have to set it up. It's gonna be a hell of a party.
Yes, I'm 100% down.
Something that you and I also have that hasn't been done. You know, we were kind of talking about it before. Was actually meeting IRL, right?
Yeah,
so
yep.
And I think that that's just something that's really cool because I would love to meet so many people that I've met through streaming or something like that. But we were actually able to do it because, you know, we talk shit about each other, right? You know, living in Iowa, living in Nebraska, whatever. Yeah. But we met each other halfway from where you were, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It was still good to meet someone who you've only met online and then meet them in IRL. I was really happy to see, you know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of people that I would love to also have that with, but unfortunately, you know, people are living across the country. I mean, that's the special thing about Twitch in general is that people don't even live in the same country as us, and they're just sitting here chilling.
Oh, 100%. And like that's one thing I've always been a fan of too, because when I first started streaming, like I knew no one on Twitch. I just thought streaming was cool. So I started. And I've met so many people because of it. And it just I love traveling as a whole, but it just makes me want to travel to places like, hey, like Ashik for one. I know he's from Nashville. Well, I want to go see Nashville anyways. So I would love to travel to Nashville and just get a hold of him like, hey, let's catch dinner tonight or something, you know?
Yeah.
Along with a lot of other people, you know, like there's quite a few people that we both know from Canada.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
Yeah, like, but how dope would that be to be able to get one of them down here or to get us up there to see, because there's got to be a culture difference. I mean, I know it's not that far, but you know there's a culture difference. So it would be cool to see like the Canadian culture as opposed to the American culture, because half the time our culture is just, well.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Yep.
You can't even.
I'll leave it to imagination.
I don't even know if we could go to Canada right now, and I don't know if people came from Canada would be able to go back. To be honest,
see, that's a hard thing with COVID right now. Like I was super pumped for TwitchCon, like had work taken off and everything, and then the COVID hit.
Yeah,
and it shit on everything.
Yep.
So it kind of put a damper on some of the meetings that I had planned on setting up. And now it's just like, well, you got to wait a whole nother year and hope that things are better.
Yeah. Say everyone's like, oh yeah, 2021 will be so much better. Everything will start opening back up. It's like, well, can we really rely on that? I mean, you know, we're talking about moving like concerts and stuff to 2021. I guess that's just wishful thinking right now. I don't know.
Well, and honestly, that's all it is it's just wishful thinking, because we don't have enough information about COVID to know when we can get it to end, to know how to how to prevent it. Because you go on some places and you read, oh, that once you catch COVID once, you can't catch it again. You go to other places.
There's 3 different strains. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. It's so hard to try to predict anything at this point in time, even even our like medical professionals have no clue what's going on. CDC changes guidelines daily.
Yeah, they really do. They really, really do. It's funny talking about COVID in general, because I don't think that I've gone on a podcast where I haven't talked about it, but it's funny because like even if it gets just mentioned up in passing like this, it's one of those things that it's kind of like talking about the weather now. And maybe that's just a Midwest thing, I'm not sure. But everyone's always talking about like, oh, it's gonna rain today. Oh, it's something we can all relate to because the weather is everywhere. So it's just, it's just funny like how just like COVID. Everywhere guidelines. My town that I live in has a mask mandate, and they just extended it too. So it's definitely a hot topic around here. So I don't mind the mask though, but it is what it is.
I mean, I live in the country, so I kind of do what I want out here. But when it comes to like going into town, we don't have a mask mandate.
Yeah.
But we do have stores that have a mask mandate.
Oh, sure.
So you have to wear a mask to be able to go into that store. Otherwise, they will ask you not to come in. And, it's either you abide by it or you're a dick. Like,
right.
You find somewhere else to shop.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's about it. Yes, COVID shit on everything. Wilkie 2020. Write that down in the history books. Ain't got no weather here, Kappa. True.
Oh, you got all the weather.
Well, let's bring it back. Let's talk more about Twitch, because that's the whole, I wouldn't say the whole purpose of this podcast that I had in mind, but I wanted to get podcast streamers on here. I wanted to get Twitch streamers on the show, because that's kind of what I had intention of what it being, is a show that talks about Twitch streamers, where they came from, potentially where they want to go, and just talking in general. So do you remember when you first started streaming?
It was a little over 2 years ago. Actually, I'm coming up on, I have to look for sure, but I am coming up on my 2-year affiliate
there you go
anniversary. I actually, now that it's September, I think it might be this month.
Yeah, I think if you pull up your own stream, you can tell, but it'll be like the 25th month, technically, because it's like
yeah,
starting a new one. It's weird because technically it's like as soon as you become affiliated, it's like, hey, you're 1 month in. It's kind of ass backwards, but
oh yeah.
But yeah, no, that's the great thing about Twitch in general, right? Is just doing what you love, and that's just playing games and talking to people.
Well, exactly. Like I've always been more of like the outgoing type. I've never been one to not try to make friends, especially like I did a lot of my partying at a younger age than what most people do. It happens. It's the Midwest. We have nothing better to do.
There is nothing else to do. Yep.
So I was always surrounded by people, and half the time it was people I didn't know. Well, the only way to get to know them is to talk to them. So I would just talk to people. Like I would be drunk and say, "Hey, who are you?" "Hi, I'm Jake. Everyone calls me Wilkie." That's just, that's just what I did. So when it came to streaming, like it kind of came to me fairly naturally,
right?
Because I'm just open, and I'm willing to talk to people. I'm not scared of someone coming into my chat that I don't know and just being like, "Oh, hi, who are you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, hey, what's up? How'd you find the channel?"
Right. I think that's really interesting too. Just seeing different people's backgrounds. You see a bunch of people who are very open as a Twitch streamer, but then you do kind of see people where they're, and I want to be careful with how I say this, right? But a lot of people who are like intense FPS gamers, like that's their motive, right? Their motive is to be good at the certain FPS game that they're playing.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
so they're definitely focusing on the game and the gameplay and stuff like that, as opposed to maybe focusing on chat. But I do think that overall, there are two different kind of streamers: the person who's good at the game, the person who likes to talk to chat. And
Yep.
they don't overlap very much. They might a little, but they don't overlap very much. And there's nothing wrong
No.
with either one of them. But, you know, they're still... those are the two different kinds of streamers in my mind.
And you're not wrong. Like me, I game 98% FPS games, but I don't care if I'm that good at the game.
I just called you the next professional PubG player in your opening. Oh my goodness.
That doesn't matter though. I can say that. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
It's all about the PMA, right? The positive mental attitudes.
Yeah. But see, that's one reason, like not to draw off subject, but when it comes to Ashik, he is the perfect blend of both. There is not a time where he does not see damn near every chat, and he just owns at every game he plays. But the people who can read chat like that and are good at the games, they are very few and far between.
True. There are people that are just very... It seems like just streaming in general is just very natural to some people. I mean, I get like... But, you know, like natural in a sense where they can't do that. They're just like... They're ready to read chat. They're ready to go. It's honestly kind of amazing, I won't lie.
Yeah. No, streaming is a whole different beast of its own. It's one thing to sit and play video games, and it's another thing to do it in front of an audience. Okay? Because like me, I used to rage. I used to rage really hard. Nice. Especially at like Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox. I've been gaming for a very, very long time. Okay? And I had a lot of pent-up rage.
Let's just be honest, though. If you didn't play Modern Warfare 2 on an Xbox, like, did you even game?
Yeah, exactly. Are you even really a gamer? But those lobbies were so toxic. And I never went to, like, the toxic side of it. But I will say I was probably not the nicest person.
I mean... Yeah.
Me and some of my friends, you know, you'd get some... We would always play when we got off work. We'd get off at like 2 a.m. We'd go home, play till like 6 a.m. Okay. And that's when you get a lot of the older crowd in there. Because how many, you know, honestly, how many 12-year-olds in the middle of October are up on a Tuesday night at 3 a.m?
Right. Exactly.
Very few and far between.
No, you got the people that are just getting off work, just like you. They're all trying to wind down for the day.
Exactly. And they're all in there talking shit. Do you know how many people we have made leave lobbies? Because they would talk hella shit before the game, and we would get in and just shit on them. And they would get out and start yelling at us. We'd start yelling back. Next thing you know, you see their team.
Yep.
One less person, one less person, one less person. And then they're gone.
Bye. See you later.
Exactly.
That was such a new age of the online gaming world too, wasn't it? I mean, like, you know, you had a bunch of older computer games like, you know, Unreal Tournament and stuff like Quake and stuff like that from a long time ago. But it seemed to me like Modern Warfare was the first time that you could game on a console online, and also where it's really prominent, really popular, right? So that's when it first showed up and was like, you know, people can just say whatever the hell they want. Like, oh, this is the internet. I can say whatever I want without repercussions.
Exactly.
I'm just going to scream racial profanities in the microphone and just, you know, whatever.
And let me tell you, I have never heard such language out of anyone other than these grown-ass dudes who probably just got off work, sitting there in their underwear with their girlfriends sleeping in the bedroom, like screaming through the mic.
Yeah.
Because we were better than them.
Yeah. Yep, that's such is the internet. I'm glad that that's chilled out a little bit. I don't know if Fortnite had something to do with that. So it's just a bunch of 12-year-olds that are
Right.
playing on, PC, and they came up without those kind of lobbies. I don't even know, but who knows? Yeah. I definitely think it's leveled off a little bit though.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say like the old Modern Warfare lobbies helped shape me as a gamer and especially as a streamer.
Yeah.
Because it taught you all the things not to say to people.
Right. Some people learned from that, some didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And the ones who didn't are the ones who are still in Call of Duty lobbies saying the same stuff.
True. Fortnite with proximity chat would be hella toxic. It would.
Oh my god.
It would be. You would just hear like 15-year-olds cranking 90s and screaming for.
Yep. That's exactly what that would be, and I'm really glad that they do not have it.
Yeah.
Because even in this day and age, with PubG proximity, like I've had some people call me some pretty messed up things when I've been like out of stream, just gaming solos because I got nothing else to do, and people are calling me very, very rude names. The internet is not a place for the thin-skinned whatsoever.
No, not at all. Especially in stuff like that. I mean, you almost just have to sit there and not take it seriously. Like it's tough if you just like back and forth but it just not, don't take it so seriously. Maybe that's where all, like we're talking here from the Modern Warfare 2 days and stuff like that, where it kind of shaped who we are as gamers today. You just kind of learn to shrug it off. But hey, man, cyberbullying's a real thing too. So there's a different kind of story to it. Some people will take it a little bit too far, and that just happens.
Yeah, it happens all the time too. I have a time that I don't normally talk about, but it was right after my mom died, and this I was playing PUBG with randoms. Me and one of my friends, we had 2 randoms with us, and this guy just kept saying, "Your mom, your mom, your mom." Oh, jeez. And I asked him politely to stop. Yeah. Okay. And actually, I was even streaming during this. VOD is deleted. It's
probably for the better.
Yeah. I lost my shit. Well. And I went off on this dude. I team killed him. And it was not good. And that was the first time the internet has ever gotten to me. Yeah. But it was in one of my most vulnerable phases, Right, yeah. Like I wasn't sure how to deal with things, and I was not a very nice person to that guy. And I actually kind of feel bad about it to this day, but sometimes it gets the best of you, but when you grow up on it, I shouldn't have,
You ask nicely once, and then if they, especially in a situation like that, two strikes is enough, right?
Oh yeah, it got him a team kill and a good yelling at.
Yeah.
What else can you do from the internet?
Right. Exactly. Like I don't know, just leave the game and block him. I guess. Where's the fun in that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I had frustration to get out, and damn it, he felt the wrath.
Hold this grenade real quick, would you? Appreciate that.
No, but anyways.
Yeah, no, that's a great story. I'm glad you told that, and something that it's good to know. Everybody kind of loses it sometimes, especially in situations like that. So.
Oh yeah, well, and that's the thing. You have these calm people that say they don't let anything get to them, and those are the people who just bottle everything up, and one day they're gonna explode.
Yep.
And it happened.
Yeah.
And you don't think you're ever going to? Guess what? You will. One of these days, it will happen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It will occur. It's definitely the case. But yeah, no, that was a great that was a great example too, to be honest. Yeah, it's hey, sometimes you just lose it, and especially in situations like that. So definitely understand.
Oh yeah.
Want to give a quick shout out here to Chipmunks in the chat. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for following as well the other day. Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, it's like So even if you were to get like reported or something like that, like you're a pretty good gamer, you know, pretty good online player in general. So you just be like, shove it off, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Even if he did report me, fuck it. I'm not going to get banned for one report. I'm not going to get permabanned. I have seen the way that PUBG does their banning. I'm fine. If there are cheaters going seasons with like a 15 KD, 90% headshot, or even 50% headshot, and they don't get banned, I'm good. I'm fine.
Is Bluehole the new Infinity Ward? What's going on here? There have been a lot of hackers in the Call of Duty Warzone too. I haven't seen them as much lately, but obviously like recently with, you know, like Tim the Tapman's videos have been coming out and stuff like that. It's a lot of funny stuff.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. I went to, I don't know if you were in chat then, but earlier, one of my IRL homies had asked something about Warzone. And I said, well, I guarantee it's got a huge update. So if it's anything under 1 gigabyte, I will install it right now and we will play. It was 61 gigabytes. If that tells you how long it's been since I've played Warzone.
So yeah, there's probably been two like big patches in between there, and then also another big like patch to fix a bug. It took like an entire like 10 gig update to patch the bug where your guns were being that would cover your entire screen so you couldn't see anything.
I've seen that bug. Yep.
What a disaster. I stopped playing it for like a few weeks. I mean, I was pretty big into it not too long ago, but I had to stop playing. I was like, I can't play this. It was made the game literally unplayable. And like people were running tournaments and stuff like that, and you know, like they were just getting fucked over in tournaments like that because they couldn't see. They literally could not see. They're in the gulag and they can't see. It's ridiculous.
And see, that's one thing when it comes to trying to host tournaments and stuff. If your game is not in a playable state, or you're having people who are dying to bugs, fix your game before tournaments are hosted, especially if it is hosted by the company itself.
The company that does it,
yeah.
There was actually a lot of those tournaments were not held by the company, so that makes a little bit of a difference. But they were still like
it does
$75,000 tournaments that if you got first place in, you were getting $40,000 between you and your partner. That's still big money to just be screwed over because of a glitch in a game.
Yeah, exactly. I lost 40 grand because my your game glitched on me. That would be enough to piss me off.
Yeah.
And make me not want to play your game anymore.
Yeah, that seems like a breaking point if you ask me.
Yes, 100%.
So let's talk about the PUBG tournaments that you participated in, which is pretty recent, wasn't it?
I was in one of Ashik's tournaments recently. Yeah. I was never big into competitive PUBG whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I have played maybe 3 tournaments. No, it has been 3 because I did play in Girl Boss one time. I played in one of Tether TV's tournaments, and then I played in Ashik's. Now, when I do tournaments, I do them for fun.
Sure.
I know I'm not a very good PUBG player. So when I do them, I just do it to see the competitive side of things. And then I go straight back to pubs because I realize this is not the place for me.
Right.
But I give it a little time, and then I think, well, I wonder, maybe, you know. But then I realize why I don't play them.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who spend a lot of time on that particular game, and man, it's just it in my opinion, it is, well, and this isn't my opinion, this is just pretty much objective. It's one of the most realistic shooters out there. Like if you go from Call of Duty to playing PUBG, you're not going to kill anything because the bounce on a SCAR compared to a bounce on the aim control compared to the two games is completely different. That's why I don't even play PUBG anymore. One of the reasons. I'm kind of a Papega player, I won't lie. I like it to be easy. I don't like it to be hard. So that's one of the reasons why I play that. But it's just one of those cases where you have to know every single gun's mechanics and how much it bounces, how much ammo it has, how does it shoot, how does it sound when it shoots. if you want to like consistently play in tournaments and then also be good at tournaments. And there are some people out there that really just want to sit there and grind that. Power to them.
And see, that's what keeps me coming back to PUBG. I've left PUBG so many times. But you cannot get the gunplay of PUBG out of any other game. And that's what's so hard for me to get away from it.
Yeah.
Like I just went, what they have I've been playing since the game came out in like alpha or beta, one of the two. I had just just built my first PC right around when it came out, and it was one of the first games that I got. And the gun mechanics in the game, it's so hard to beat that. To beat the recoil control, to be good at that game, you can get lucky shots. But you don't have skills to make you better than anyone else, like in-game skills, like what you see in Valorant or Overwatch. It is literally, you drop the exact same as every other person. Sure, RNG can get you killed. You could be the best player in the world and RNG can kill you. But you put two fully kitted guys next to each other, if you can hold a better spray, hold your recoil better, you're going to win that fight.
Yep, exactly. I do give PUBG a lot of credit. I do talk shit about PUBG a lot just because I'm not good at it is what it comes down to. But I do give PUBG a lot of credit because it really did. And people are going to say H1Z1. No, shut up. It's PUBG, in my opinion, was the first game to really bring Battle Royales to the sort of forefront. So I give them a lot of credit for that. And not only that, they unfortunately didn't do some things right. So, but they took the chance, right? So they took the chance to create another map, and then another map and another, which is a bad idea, but hindsight's 2020. So who knows? They could have made another map and still made the other ones playable, and that could have been the go-to. But it's not looking like that's going to be the case for Battle Royales going forward. But once again, give them a lot of credit for taking that first step and then taking many first steps to make other companies change the way that they do it, such as like Fortnite and then Respawn with Apex. And even Call of Duty's Warzone is well, and I'll say Blackout first, but Blackout was boring. Warzone is different enough to the point where they had to adapt as well in creating their own style, so that it wasn't just land, loot, those are your guns, that's it.
No, 100%, yeah. And what I do like about Warzone compared to other BRs is that once you get enough points, you can get a loadout.
Yeah. So
sure, you grab, as someone in chat had said, the fishbone, which I personally love that gun. Well, you get enough points or enough money, running around gathering stuff up. Now you have an advantage because you can call in a loadout drop and get your own weapon.
Your own personalized weapon, personalized class.
Yep.
Secondary weapon, all that stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, you still get the BR aspect from it, from the drop, but later game, you're feeling more comfortable with your loadout because it's something that you set up.
Yep.
That is what I digged about Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely every single one of them have their redeeming qualities and the reason why people are playing them. That just happens to be so like that we were talking about earlier is kind of what PUBG's redeeming quality is. It's realistic as opposed to Fortnite is hyper unrealistic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, one of my first times playing Fortnite, I played with a couple friends on Xbox because that's all they played on at the time. And I tried it on PC because we got a dub like my very first, it was my first or second game. And I'm like, bro, this game's easy. So I get on PC and I'm like, all right, I got this. I shot 3 times at this guy and I had an 8-story hotel with Wi-Fi in front of me. Full tenants, no vacancy.
Yeah, takes them about 3 seconds. Yep, and that's probably a 10-year-old that's hyper on Adderall, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and that was the last time I played. That was the last time I played Fortnite.
Yeah, no, I'm good. That's enough.
That's exactly what it was too. Like, nah, no, go ahead. I mean, if you want to 1v1 me with just guns, sure, but you start building stuff, nope, I'm good. I'll save that for my survival crafting games.
Yep, exactly. Oh, that's such good shit.
Yeah. Speaking of survival crafting, though, that is the game 7 Days to Die. I don't know if you've heard of it, played it. It's a fairly it's a fairly well-known game in the survival crafting like world. That was the whole reason I built a PC. That game alone. One of my friends, who he's also one of my mods, one of my good IRL friends, he used to play with me, and he goes, dude, I got a couple friends that play this on computer, and it's so much further ahead than what it is on console. He goes, would you be interested in getting into computer gaming? And I'm like, well, that's new, so yeah, I am. Like, I like new things, so this is kind of cool. Yeah, let's do this. He sold me a PC that he had. It was just like an i5, maybe fifth or sixth gen with a 1050 Ti for like 300.
Just enough to play it.
Exactly. Like, minimum spec requirements were there.
Play it on low settings, and yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll play it with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was too. Cause he's gamed on PC for a long time. And I never paid attention to it, you know? So he sold me this PC for like $350. And he goes, the only thing I ask, because I don't have any extra, he goes, you have to buy your peripherals. He goes, if you don't like it, you can always resell them, and you'll probably get close to like what you paid for them, because there are going to be new still.
Yeah.
I want to say I had that PC for 3 months before I just dropped dough and built a PC.
I say before it exploded on itself.
Yeah. That too. He still uses that PC to this day.
Jeez. Wow.
It's a Plex server for him now, though. He doesn't use it for gaming.
Gotcha.
But that was the first PC I ever played PubG on, and I had everything set to low.
Yeah.
It ran it though. That thing was a tank. It had been through quite a few people in its final form, and that's just about where it ended.
Yeah. So that's one of the good things about PC. If you spend money, you won't have to upgrade, like, ever. And it's a little bit of the same as consoles, but not quite. And that's where the argument between consoles and like spending money on a PC are completely different. Obviously, a PC is going to be a lot more expensive, but it's still a PC as opposed to just this is dedicated to play games.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about PC is I can do. Yeah, I spent 7 times as much as I would on a console.
Yeah, but
at the same time, I can do 1,000 times more things on my PC as I can my console. You know, I would never get on my console and
are you saying
get
console?
On console.
Okay, all right. I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah, I know it's kind of an unheard of thing anymore.
It's also with a PC. I mean, look what we're doing right now, right? I don't even have a game open.
No, me either.
So, I mean, we're just sitting here talking, recording a podcast and stuff like that. I mean, you can even play games from your console to your PC as long as you maybe buy something else, you know, like a capture card. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but to me, a PC is just more functionable.
It is.
Do just about anything in life. You know, obviously, in today's day and age, you have a cell phone that you can do most things a PC can do on, which my teacher was wrong. I'm carrying a calculator in my pocket at all times. Fuck your math.
Yeah, screw that stupid 2nd grade teacher. Tell me you'll never have a calculator.
Yeah. But
you don't
it's
even have to
just, for
type
me-
anything in. You could just ask it. Like, hey Google,
Yeah.
what's this answer? Don't stop Google. My phone freaked. Sorry if you're
Hey
listening
Siri,
to this.
please record the Tater Talks podcast, please.
Do it.
Done.
Easy.
See?
Dang it, man. That's the new play right there. I just have to do that at the beginning of every episode.
Yep. And Siri will do it.
Yeah.
You just gotta debate them into it.
Play the debated song too. Quick shout out here, Warwick. How you doing?
Well, that's like some
Good to see
streamers. I've seen a couple streamers who have like they'll have speakers, for their PC, and that's when they're doing like IRL streams.
Yeah.
They'll have speakers instead of having a headset on. Well, they'll have a Google Home in the back or an Alexa, and someone will do a talk to text, donation or bits, and tell Alexa to do something, and you hear doo doo, and it starts doing it. Like, bro, that's trolling top tier right there.
You're not wrong.
Sure, you're paying $5 for your troll, but I mean, for something like that, that's worth it.
That's endless entertainment right there too. You can entertain yourself with other people. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Exactly. And that's another thing that I do love about streaming and just Twitch in general. The entertainment aspect of it. You can find damn near anything that you are into on Twitch other than obvious things, against TOS. But they have sites for that.
What could you possibly be talking about?
Yeah.
Monk at
PUBG.
TOS.
Yeah. But I mean, I love the entertainment aspect of it. Like when it comes to me streaming, I know I've already said, even if somehow miraculously, I'll win the lottery before I ever do this, but make it to say Shroud's level, I would still work a full-time job.
Yeah, Shroud's level is like the top of the top, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's in my opinion, thinking of like the 1% might not be the best mentality. But like if you were to make it say like, top 10%, like if for example, if I could get like triple digits, that would be awesome for me personally.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I've seen triple digits like 3 times and they were from hosts.
Yeah.
And those 3 times will forever be in my memory. But according to my Twitch account, my 2.4 average viewers is not going to get me that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's the tough part of Twitch is just being able to consistently grow too.
Exactly.
A lot of tough stuff.
And that's one thing, like, there are very few people that I watch that I have actually seen at a low point. When I first started following them, they were under 5 viewers, and now they're sitting in the one, for example, right now. I followed a guy just randomly. I scrolled through the PubG stuff.
Yeah.
And I found someone with 0 or 1 viewers. Damn good player. Right now he's sitting at 46.
Yeah.
Like I have watched him grow. I've seen him play with some of the biggest names in PubG. And just watching him grow from under 100 viewers to over a few thousand, or under 100 followers, sorry, to over a few thousand. Like,
yeah,
he is one of the very few people that I have actually watched and seen grow.
Yeah.
Growth is hard on Twitch. It is not easy. You have to get in front of different audiences who like you better than the millions of other streamers out there.
Mm-hmm. Right. And one of the things that Twitch is starting to take over, and this happens for me too, is that I would rather watch a Twitch stream than a TV show.
I am 100% the same way.
Yeah.
I like the interaction with it. I can talk to my TV all I want, but it's never going to respond.
Who are you talking about with the person you were just talking about, by the way? I'm actually curious too.
Simply Matthias is his name.
Simply Matthias. That name actually sounds familiar.
I've played with him a few times in his earlier days, but when I followed him originally, I went in, I just wanted to make someone's day, like a small streamer, because I know the feeling.
Yeah.
When someone comes into your stream, you got one viewer, they come in, say, hey, you know, what's up? They drop a follow.
Mm-hmm.
They might like you well enough to even drop you a sub. Like, I know that feeling, and I know how good it feels to know that, hey, someone just came in and subscribed to me. Like, they enjoy my content that much that they wanted to give me money for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make someone's day. And I found him, and I dropped in and said, you know, hey, what's up? And I dropped him a follow, and I dropped him a sub. And he was just, you know, I could tell he had that feeling. Like, he was happy. But now to see him grow so much, like, it makes my heart, like, actually happy, because he is a really good dude.
Yeah.
And he would do so much for people, and does do a lot for people. Like, so to see him grow the way that he deserves to, just, it makes me happy. You know, I love to see people succeed in life, whether I like you or not. I could hate you, but if you're doing good, I will be happy for you. Like, you don't have enough people who generally care about other people anymore. And that, I think that's one of our biggest issues in society, is we're always too focused on ourselves. We're never focused on anyone else. And that's how I've always felt about streaming. I would never make it a full-time job. I don't even care if people sub to me. Come in, give me a follow, hang out and chat. I'm happy. Like, come say, hey, sorry, I don't have time to hang out, but hey, hope you're having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would never want to make a full-time career out of it. I just enjoy playing games and talking and hanging out with people.
Yeah. I 100% agree with everything you just said there. And the thing also along with that is that the average viewer who just sees, you know, they maybe have never met you before, have just come in randomly to streams and talk to you, or, you know, somehow they found your streams one way or another, right? They don't really get that impact. Like, we get it as other streamers and, you know, people that you may have known. Like, a lot of my IRL friends come in and lurk a lot, and I really appreciate them for that. And they've been super supportive of the stream, the podcast, everything. So they understand, right? They understand how important it is for me to do this, and you have a good time with it. What sometimes the random viewers that come in don't understand how big of a deal that is. They'll come in and they'll say hi, and maybe from there you have a viewer for life. And those are the kind of connections that do make Twitch an amazing platform. I have someone who was one of the first times I ever got raided, and I didn't even know what to do with it. Still pops in from time to time, but he lives in Argentina, and he's good dude. But it just even comes back to where we're talking about, like, way at the beginning of the podcast, where, you know, it's not just people in your area, it's all over the world. And those people that come back, they really don't realize sometimes. Maybe they do. Maybe they're streamers and they just don't say it, because that's kind of the awkward talk back and forth sometimes in chats where you don't want to, like, self-promote something like that. But
oh exactly, yeah.
You know, they maybe they are streamers and maybe they do get it, but you really don't understand how big of a deal it is for someone to come in and just say hi. A random viewer, doesn't matter who it is, to just come in and say hi. And that can literally make your entire stream. You could be having the worst stream of your life. Nothing's going right. You're gaming like ass. And then a viewer comes in and says, hey, and drops you a follow, and your day is completely changed. Everything about it has changed.
100%. And that's, like, I don't do it as much as I used to, but I used to be that guy. Yeah. I would look at the PubG, just because that's what I mainly play still. I would look at the browse I would scroll down to where, you know, they had under 5 viewers. And if something about their stream caught my eye, even if it was the smallest thing, I would stop in. I would watch for a minute. If
After the Twitch ad, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean that kills me every time. Kills me every damn time.
Pretty much.
But
fix it, Twitch. Fix it.
Yeah. I would just say, hey, you know, how's your night going? How are the games? You know, what do you like about this game? I would just create conversation.
Just casual conversation too. It doesn't have to be anything in depth, you know, like where are you from or something like that. It's just, hey, how are the games going? Stuff like that.
Because the biggest thing for streamers is interaction. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you can see a lot of damn good streamers who don't get enough attention sitting there with no one in their chat, so they have no one to talk to and interact with.
Yep.
But you could be that person. I've popped into dead chats with 10 to 15 people, and I've sat there for 10 minutes before I said a word. You know, just trying to see how chat is. Watch their stream, chill. And you would be surprised how many people would start chatting after you just say, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Hey, chat, how you guys doing? And it kind of gets the ball rolling for the streamer. And not even, you never want to point out like, damn, you got a dead chat. Like,
that's the
bitch, I know.
Yeah, that's the other side to viewers sometimes that can be like, oh, it's dead in here today. Like, yeah, thanks. I'm aware. I've been here the whole time.
Like I said, bitch, I know. I'm staring at my chat. I saw you come into my chat. Like, I know you were there.
Brutal honesty from a few Twitch streamers. That's probably something you would only see on Twitter, to be honest. People complaining about it afterwards, but hey, it's true. It can really the flip side to coming in and saying hi and making your day can also come in and ruin a stream, to be honest.
There are two sides to everything. It doesn't take a lot as a viewer, because I'm a viewer myself. Like, I'm literally sitting here watching you record, you know. I'm a viewer myself as well as a streamer. There is viewer etiquette. There are things that you do not say, and that is one of them.
It is, but the problem with that, and maybe it's to me, it's an unwritten rule, because everybody had to learn it at some point. Sure, there are rules that people can post in their chats and stuff like that, you know, like, hey, don't be racist or don't be mean or anything like that. But there is sometimes a viewer etiquette that is an unspoken rule that maybe this is your first week on Twitch and you don't know it, but sometimes you just got to learn.
Oh, exactly. And
someone will tell you. If you come into someone's chat and you say, well, it's dead in here, they might just straight up ignore you because they don't have anything nice to say about it.
Exactly. And one thing as a viewer that I always look for is the chat interaction. That is why 9 times out of 10, I watch smaller streamers.
Yeah.
If nothing against bigger streamers whatsoever, but say I pop into Shroud's chat and I say, hey, Shroud, you know, what's up? How's your day going?
He's not replying.
I have a better chance to win the lottery than I do him seeing that chat and responding to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but I'll just go off numbers right now, 36.8 thousand people watching and chat's moving faster than a train. How are you supposed to see that?
Yeah.
You know, it's, you can't, that's why I think I enjoy being a smaller side of the, you know, streaming. I get the chance to interact with my chat, and I get the chance to actually read their messages
and build your own community.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And I mean, everyone starts somewhere. Everyone starts with 0 followers.
Yep.
But
even Shroud started with 0.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone does.
I do want to bring this up too. Jake from Dysentery brings up a very good point. And also, Warwick brings up a very good point as well. Warwick, I did ask you how you were doing earlier. You just ignored me. So who's at fault now, buddy? Kappa.
Him, 100%.
I hate being that guy that comes in and doesn't follow or say hi and just leaves. And then it was what Jake says. And then Warwick comes in and says, just because he visits a stream doesn't mean you have to follow. Shouldn't feel bad. Follow what you like. And that's coming from a viewer slash streamer as well. Warwick's a great streamer. Are there any mods in the house? Can we do a mod check? Mod check. Can we please get a shout out for Warwick and for Wilkie as well? I think you're exactly right. You shouldn't feel obligated to follow someone, even if you just are in their channel for the first time. You should definitely, you should only follow, in my opinion, if you feel like you're liking them, or if it's like and even this is maybe something that is a little bit on the far-fetched side, you know, if someone raids someone and they talk them up and they say, here's what they're doing, here's what they like, let's raid them, let's have a good time. Sometimes I will just instantly follow them, but it's before I even know like what kind of streamer they are. But I'm taking a recommendation from the streamer I was just watching that to follow them. So follow it. Yeah. And I completely agree with Warwick as a fellow streamer. Follow what you like, and you don't, you should never feel bad for not following someone, even if you're there for like 2 minutes.
Exactly. No. And that's 100% correct. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time browsing Twitch, you know, and watching different content creators do their thing. If there is, for one, you have to catch my attention in one way or another for me to come into your stream. If someone's like, I'm odd for Ashik. We talked about that earlier. He normally raids someone at the end of stream. Not every time, but there's been a lot of people that I haven't followed. Even as, you know, one of his mods, and he's recommending this person. But what you like and what I like could be two completely different things. Okay, so I could come into the stream and they could be playing a game that I don't enjoy watching. Well, what's the point of having you on my followers list if I'm literally never going to watch you again?
Right.
Like, you have to enjoy their content for it to be someone you follow. Like, I have watched so many streams, and there's people, one of my biggest issues is sound. I getting this new house, like, I have had issues with sound because I have a little bit of an echo.
I remember your first stream in that house.
Yeah, it was
rough.
Hollow tone. Yeah, it was such a hollow tone.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, there are things that you can do without spending any money to help with that.
Yeah.
Like, watch your VODs, see what you did wrong, and work on fixing it. Yeah. That is the only way you're going to improve as a streamer.
But I didn't realize that OBS had some good filters. That's interesting.
I've heard that as well. I've heard that as well.
I'll have to take this conversation offline with you a little bit later. Find out about that.
But yeah, there's just... I don't think a lot of people realize, just as a viewer who does not stream and has not spent a lot of time on Twitch, how much actually goes into streaming.
Yeah.
You know, anywhere from your emotes, your rig, just as a whole, like getting everything set up, your sound settings, your overlays, I guess I already said emotes, your sub badges. Like, there is so much that goes into streaming that people spend countless hours on. And if you want to be a better streamer, like, you have to work on these things.
Yep.
I'm not saying you have to have the best overlays. You don't have to have the best emotes. But have something of some quality, you know?
Right. Yeah, just for reference, before I launched this podcast, it was planned out in January, and our first episode did not air until May 12th. So you don't necessarily know a lot of things that go on in the forefront or the back front. The back front, Jesus. God.
Let me see your back front.
Maybe later. Once the cameras are turned off, I'll
Giggity.
yeah, we'll talk about that later. Take that conversation offline.
Yeah.
But
Monka TOS.
yeah, Monka TOS. But yeah, no, I mean it really is a situation where some people will just put out this mass amount of content, make it such a big part of their life, and then it will maybe not a lot will come out of it. But then there are also people who will just turn on the camera, start playing a game, and they won't even have like separate scenes or anything like that. They'll just have literally a display capture for their main monitor they use, and then also their just their camera and stuff like that. That's it. That's all. So who have great content, great following and stuff like that, all this stuff. But,
I have seen it. I have seen it.
But yeah. By the way, Warwick said he's really enjoying you, and I'm glad what you got to hear. So, Warwick is a former guest on the show as well. So, party hards.
What does Warwick play?
Warwick plays a lot of indie games and speedruns them.
Okay.
He was also. Do you remember that speedrun event that we did a few months ago that I was posting on Twitter about? He runs that.
Yeah, Okay, I was gonna say I came and watched you for a little bit for that.
I was doing I was talking for some of it. I didn't actually run this last time, but I plan to run when the next one comes around. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, retro speed running mostly. So
okay,
you both are good dudes, so definitely link up. Just follow each other and start watching.
I dropped him a follow.
Per our conversations today.
Yeah.
But, no, that's a yoke. That's funny. Yeah, follow for follows. Yep.
Yep. Follow for follow.
I did see your message, Warwick, about the view for view, which I can see where that would be, but I mean that's really what I do for you, to be honest. When you're streaming, I will have you up on my or like even you too, Wilkie. Like I'll have you guys up while I'm gaming or something like that, and at least get you out there. I mean, like I said, it's really Twitch is just gonna ultimately take over the world at some point. I mean, especially if they have Amazon behind their back.
Oh yeah.
I envision a day where, well, and to be fair, like I used to watch, well, I still do, but now it's during the day. Like Tim the Tatman is like my #1 favorite streamer right now, and I watch him all day, but he used to cut his streams in half, where he would do like 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours at night, and from 8 to 12, that was all I watched. I didn't watch a show. I just watched his stream instead. So.
And I'm still at that point, like not so much anymore now that I'm married and doing the husband thing, but like when I first got my PC, I spent entirely too much time on it. Because after I found Twitch, I had way more fun watching streams than I ever did watching TV. Like 9 times out of 10, when I was watching TV, I was sitting there scrolling through my phone anyways. So I wasn't even really watching. It was just kind of there for the sound.
Yeah.
But now when I watch Twitch, like my phone, I'm still on it some, but it's like I'm paying attention to what's going on the stream, because if I'm going to watch you, 9 times out of 10, you're a decent content creator. It's not just, hey, I'm watching you just for background sound. It's I'm watching you because I enjoy what you're doing.
Exactly. Also, I think it also has to do with the interactive piece, that being able to have a conversation as well as be noticed. There was a meme that went around quite a while ago. I don't actually know if it's still around, but it's like the little girl giving $1 to the ice cream person or something like that. Is like, Twitch donation $1. It's like, please say my name.
I do remember those times too.
Yeah.
Say hi to me.
Yeah. Yeah. First person I ever subbed to, they shouted me out. And that was an interesting moment. I've never had that happen before. So
yeah. Well, especially like to hear your name in front of a couple hundred people. Like bro, that's dope.
Yeah, it is. Notice me,
like,
senpai.
Yeah, like literally every single one of you just heard my name. Follow me.
Yep. Exactly. Oh
man.
my goodness.
The
Warwick.
good days.
Warwick. God Damn it. Warwick has a knack of clipping what I say.
Oh,
and making awkward things that I said. I literally had a section of this highlight video that I had where it was all just Warwick's clips of me saying stupid things.
I mean, that's what VIPs are for, right?
That's true.
Because you make someone a VIP 9 times out of 10 because they're in your chat more than other people.
Yep. Causing mayhem.
Which gives them more time to do shit like that.
Yeah. You son of a gun. I'll make sure that that's the next one. The next highlight of the whatever it may be. What are you doing over there now? Please say my name. Warwick, you're a trip, dude. Thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate you, buddy. Okay. Holy, we're almost at an hour 10 now. Let's get this thing wrapped up. This was a really good conversation that we had. I think that me and you relate a lot when it comes to content creation on Twitch and, you know, kind of basic in the followers and stuff like that. So I think that I'm glad we were able to have this continued conversation because it was kind of like paused from when we were, you know, IRL talking and stuff like that.
Oh, so. Of course. Yeah. No, I was really excited that you invited me to be on here. This is the first podcast I've ever actually done.
And I'll be honest, it wasn't really until we had an IRL conversation that I was sold. I was like, well, I compiled a list of people that I was like, well, these are the maybes. These are the for sures I want on. Truly, the hardest part about getting somebody to be on the podcast is asking. I'm not even kidding. It's kind of a very awkward conversation to just bring up to somebody. Like, hey, bro, be on my podcast. Yeah, bro. Come on, it'll be fun. We'll talk about Twitch and stuff.
Well, it's almost like asking someone on a date. Like
a little bit.
Yeah, it all starts with the question.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to be on my podcast?
You kind of put it in a weird way now. You know, we've only had one girl on before. We'll have to get some more on. To be honest though, I'm very glad that you're able to come on. I'm glad we're able to have a good conversation. Where can people find you? What do you want to promote?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Wilkie_gaming. I post some funny things sometimes, but mainly you can find out when I'm live at twitch.tv/Wilkie_ because, you know, Wilkie's actually taken by someone who doesn't use their account. Welcome to Twitch.
They got a burner account.
Yeah.
Just in case they might need that name. That son of a bitch.
Yeah, you never know. Like, or it's someone who popped on and just said, hey, I'm going to watch Twitch. Hey, I'm no longer going to watch Twitch. And it just sits.
Those son of a guns. All right. So Twitch, Twitter, anything else you want to promote?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I mean, those are the main thing I use for my gaming. Everything else is like my real life stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want no part of that.
Add me on Facebook at no, don't ever. I do have a Facebook page for the podcast, but that's because I knew I have a lot of friends on Facebook and a lot of people that I knew would support it, so that's why I put it out there. But
but see, that's a completely different thing to have your podcast on Facebook as opposed to, as a streamer, having your viewers add you on Facebook as a friend.
Yeah,
like,
that's
100% different.
Completely different. It's not even the same thing. But yeah. I just posted in chat all of the podcast links. Those are directly for the podcast. Not me. Not anything else. Those are directly for the podcast. Follow it on Twitter at Tater Talks Pod. The YouTube link will be there as well. We're trying to get to 100 subs on the YouTube channel, and I made the leap of making the YouTube channel strictly for just the podcast, so it's not on my thing and on my YouTube channel anymore. So please go ahead and follow, subscribe to those. I appreciate any. You can follow me personally at TaterBoy09 on Twitter. And I do also have a YouTube channel, TaterBoy09. I don't post much on well, my YouTube is gonna I don't really know what my YouTube's gonna be. Who knows? We're having an identity crisis, you know. It do be like that.
It do be like that.
It really do. Well, once again, I do appreciate you being on the show. I hope you had a good time. All the good stuff.
I had a blast. This hour felt like
20 minutes.
Yeah, it really goes by fast. Once we kind of get past that first like 5 minutes or so, boom, it's going.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, once again, thank you for being on the show. We'll eventually we might have to get you back on, so we'll add you to the secondary list.
Hey, I can talk for hours, so go ahead. You know where to get a hold of me at.
Hell, yeah. All right, I'm gonna mute you here in Zencaster. Just chill for a few minutes here while I get the closing speech here. Everybody hanging out in the chat, I really appreciate you guys chilling. Anybody who listens to this podcast on whatever website you listen to, I appreciate you. We've had a lot of support. Like I said, a lot of support for this recently. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's kind of the big one right now. But I will be signing off here today, reminding you that a minute spent in this chat is a wasted minute. So let's make it a damn good time. And I hope that you had a damn good time today. Thank you.